I want to talk to you about being alone. Do you ever feel like you don't want to be alone? You feel lonely and you're constantly looking for things to distract you. So being alone can feel like bring up these triggers within you of abandonment, of feeling lonely, neglected, and that's really where that discomfort is coming from. It's never this thing of it actually being true, because there's many people all around the world and people an app away that you can contact and hang out with. It's more of the underlying issues when we start to peel back the layers and ask ourselves, why? Why do I feel awkward when I'm alone? Why do I hate being alone? Why do I try to avoid being alone? And when you start to really ask yourself those questions, it's because you want to feel loved. You want to feel important, like you matter, like you're a part of something. You crave connection. And that is the human basic need. But what happens is a lot of the times we don't understand or know or acknowledge the deep hurt that we have inside. We try to mask it with people and noise and things externally outside of us that will temporarily help distract us and make us feel better. But we come back to being alone again that night or that week or after a long weekend, and again we feel this discomfort, this unease, this loneliness. If instead we could start to give ourselves this love that we've been seeking since we were children or young adults, young teens, that's when we can start to heal from this little child perspective of wanting to find something to make us feel better. I want you to think about that feeling of new love. When you meet someone and it's just so great and amazing, and then that wears off, and then the red flags show. Maybe it takes a little while for you to really set in, for it to set in. But eventually it's this disconnect. What was that? Why is it that there was this thrilling love and this adventure in the beginning, and then this disconnect? Well, as all things, even the relationships that you mask with yourself, with TV or with media or with friends, they fade away. Everything that you are masking yourself with, whether it's relationships or food or money or spending money or doing other various things that you may temporarily distract yourself with, it will all fade away eventually, and you will still come back to being with you. You're still going to come back to having to see yourself in the mirror and face that trauma or the sadness of the lonely you, the child you, the hurt you, the you that never got that fix, that true fix, and not a fix like you're broken, because you're not broken, but it's almost like that fight that you have with someone that you really love, and then you keep throwing it under the rug, throwing it under the rug, throwing it under the rug, and then it's just this massive blow up. And miscommunication, misunderstanding. It's the same exact thing with you. The relationship with you is this. You need to sit with yourself and really understand where these wounds are coming from, where this cry is coming from. Sit with yourself as you would your own child or someone you really love, your little brother, your little sister, your future child. And what would you say? You would want to understand why they feel that insecurity and why they feel hurt and how you can help them to heal and move forward. You would give them encouraging words and maybe even help them do certain exercises or tools or encourage them to try new things to build that confidence and self-esteem and love within themselves. And that is the same thing that I encourage you to do. That is the same thing that in those moments of being alone, when you're feeling awkward or unsure or uncomfortable being with yourself, to really ask yourself, why do I feel this way? Where is this coming from? What is this telling me about why I feel this way? When else have I felt this way growing up? How can I give myself the time and attention, the love, the encouragement to make this okay? How can I learn to like myself more? How can I learn to love myself more? What is it that my heart is really reaching for? What is it that my soul is really craving for? And as you start to ask these things, as you start to sit with yourself and ask yourself more reflective questions as opposed to the same, oh, why me? Then you will start to get answers that are more tasty and delicious and solidifying you as a whole person, creating more strength internally, more understanding internally, more self-love, more clarity, more focus in the direction that's going to help you develop into that human being that you want to be. You're going to start to feel more comfortable with yourself, in yourself, more confident with yourself, in yourself, and have a thrill of life. Have that vigor of life, that vitality back, that excitement back, that, hey, I'm prioritizing me because I want to back. And as you do that, you start to raise standards for yourself as well with the people that you date and the friendships that you have and the time that you expend with others around you. You start to create meaningful relationships that no longer feel one-sided, but feel just so fruitful and loving and abundant, and this equalness coming from it, this reciprocation. And it's no longer you seeking things outside of you, but you knowing that the truth, the love is within you. So I encourage you to spend some time with yourself today and to really ask yourself, what is it that my soul needs right now? What is calling me forward? And rewind up to those questions that I had set. Take out a journal, a pen and paper, and pause after each question and just really sit with yourself and reflect. Because there's something inside of you your soul is craving, and when you can give yourself that, whether it's going to the water, the beach, whether it's reading a book with yourself, whether it's investing in a course or a coach or some way of self-development, personal development, whether it's forgiving yourself, sitting with yourself, there's so many things, maybe a new health journey or a new journey with any new thing that you want to learn, a skill, you're going to notice that it's everything that you've been wanting. And you start feeling more satisfied with that relationship that you're building with self. If this video inspired you in any way, please like this video and send this video to someone that you know will benefit from this video as well. Thank you for listening and watching. Sending you all my love.